The truth that nobody is talking about. Quitting your job to focus on trading is probably the worst thing that you could do, and it'll lead to blown accounts. It'll lead to more years and more time to actually become profitable. And the reason I know this is because I've seen it firsthand from so many people that quit their job, they blew up their account, they had no money to be able to fund their account again, and it just put more stress on them, more anxiety on them, and it took them way longer than it would have if they would have just went the slow route and the real route that you should be going. Let me get real with you guys. I didn't get profitable until my second year of trading. Not 2 days, not 2 months, 2 whole years to become profitable and even see a penny or a dime from trading. But here's the crazy part. People that quit their jobs thinking more screen time equals more profits literally almost never make it, because you don't need to sit on the screens 24/7 as a trader. And that's the beauty of trading to me. Today, I'm gonna show you why a 9 to 5 is not going to hold you back. It's actually an advantage that you can have. And I had a student who used to be a software engineer. He's now turning into a full-time trader, but he did this the right way. This isn't going to be some get-rich-quick scheme advice. This is the uncomfortable truth that nobody in the trading space is talking about. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand why keeping your 9 to 5 job when you're first getting started is actually going to benefit you. The first issue that you're going to have is financial pressure. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you have to make money, what you're going to do is force trades to make money. It's simple human psychology. If you need something, you're gonna go out there and get it. However, with trading, it's not like any other thing that we've learned outside in life, right? Outside of life, in the real world, we're taught to win every single thing that we do, right? We're taught to be winners. We're taught to, never give up, never accept a failure, never accept, a loss. But in trading, accepting a loss is actually one of the best things that you could do. And, the biggest losers and the best losers are actually some of the best winners in trading, because they're able to accept a loss and they're able to, cut their losers very quickly and hold their winners for a long time, because they're able to accept the fact that they were wrong in that situation, but overall their strategy works. But if you have the need to take a trade all the time to make money, you're not going to be able to get in a position where you're going to be able to lose, right? Because you have that pressure that, oh, if I lose, now I'm down, $200 and I need to make $200 just to go back to break even, which is going to give you more and more pressure. This will lead to over trading, not taking the right trades, always trying to be in a trade to make money, and not waiting for the setups that you should be taking as a trader. And not only does this, hurt you on the day, it'll lead to a spiral of being down on the month, and then lead to you quitting trading in totality and not having anything else to fall back on. If you blow your account when you're first starting, or if you get into a really big drawdown, if you have another income that supplements your trading account, you'll be able to bounce right back up, get up, and start doing the things you should be doing the right way. Another big issue that traders who quit their 9 to 5 in the beginning of their journey have is having the expectations of getting rich quick. They try to accelerate their timeline, right? It's not a bad thing to try to get ahead, but you have to understand trading, like any other skill, takes time to develop that skill. If you're trying to become a doctor, do you think they're gonna let you operate on patients the first 1 to 2 months? Or are you going to need to go through 6 years, 8 years of school to actually know where these specific, points for your patients are, how to operate on them without killing somebody? That is what could happen in trading. You could kill your trading account by trying to get into it too quickly and not take the right procedures to learn the strategy that you're going to trade, or even the psychology behind the strategy, the correct way. Same thing with a lawyer. Are you going to be able to know all the laws if you just came into, law? Are you going to be able to defend your client the correct way? No, because it takes time to be able to build up that skill. And that same thing goes with trading. With trading, it might even take, 1 to 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. People expect to become profitable within months, when a lot of other, high value skills take so much time to learn and actually become a master of that skill. And they expect for that to happen right away, which usually does not, and that only leads to worse and worse trading. So trading less actually sometimes becomes much more. The last thing is unrealistic time management expectations. You don't need to sit on the charts 24/7, and you can, study other things as a trader. That is the number one thing that drew me into trading. I didn't have to sit on the charts all day. I had the freedom to take trades whenever I wanted to, from wherever I wanted to, and that's the number one thing that really drew me in. I want to be able to go travel the world, be able to go do random things on a Monday, on a Wednesday. I don't have to sit there and, watch the charts all day. Look, I get it. That cubicle, that commute, that boss breathing down your neck, you think that is the one thing that's holding you back from trading freedom. However, I'll say it's probably the opposite. Working with thousands of students, I know that they end up, getting out of their jobs too quickly, and that is what ends up actually holding them back, not the other way, right? Once we have the right foundation, and that is what the critical part of trading is, we can start to move out of our jobs and be able to have that trading freedom we desire. Trading isn't about staring at the charts all day. It's about having the right psychology and being able to know when to take a trade and following your plan, having the trades pre-planned out, and then when they trigger, or when the stock that you're looking at is making that move that you anticipated, that is when you react, take the position, and follow your plan. When I was working and learning how to trade, I did not take losses as a crisis. I took them as a lesson. And the issue that a lot of people have is if you lose, a few days, or if you get into a really bad drawdown and you have nothing to fall back on, you're gonna end up spiraling out of control. The reality is that most profitable traders, specifically the ones that I've studied and myself, only spend about 2 hours a day on the charts, and they focus on the best periods in the market. Because life is not about being glued to charts 24/7. It's about being able to get better every single day. And that does not include spending more time doing things like staring at charts. After market hours, I do really recommend people to look at charts, however, because that is when you're gonna be learning the most. You can go back, look at the price action, journal your trades. This is when the most development is made for me as a trader. That's been it for this video. If you found value, please hit that subscribe button and like this video, and let me know if you have any suggestions for videos that you want me to make in the future. That's been it.